walk of life. For everyone, the church in the world, there's something's going to change. I think now is the time for us to start preparing for that change, spiritually. We're preparing for everything else, but we're not prepared for the spiritual shift that's about to take place. There's something about to happen. I stopped watching the news. I stopped listening to the news because it's heartbreaking. It's grieving. It really is. If you got any God in you, and you're not bothered by what you see, you're not bothered by what you hear, then you might really want to go check that God you got inside of you. You might really want to go check it. Kids, 16-year-old and 18-year-old on Monday went to school in Colorado, shot up some people. That was on Monday. Today, somebody went to another school, shot up some more people. Y'all see what's happening? And our government can't come together. Our government can't come together. It ain't that day. They won't come together. Our government won't come together. Let me ask you a question. How long do you think can we go down this path? How long? How long? The Bible says the long suffering of God leadeth one to repentance. It's because God bears along with us. And God is bearing along with us, the church, in the world. What God really wants to do, He can't do because we're not ready. We're not in position for that. Because if He did that, it'll get you. So you got to say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, that you ain't done it because I really ain't ready for you to do that. But as we go forward, you're going to have to start paying the price. Young kids and old kids alike. No matter what your age is, no matter how old you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because in that schoolhouse, there was young kids that got shot up and killed. Just God, mercy, and grace that some kid hadn't decided to do that to your school while you were there. In your class while you sat there. My heart ain't heavy just because people shooting up schools. My heart is heavy because something about to happen and we ain't ready. We still think we have a church. We still think we tithe and taking them offerings. We still think we singing 3 songs and that's it. We still got that mentality. And I say we, talking about the whole body of Christ, I'm not just talking about him there. We still think that we going to church. That there ain't nothing happening. There's something happening. There's a spirit sent from the pits of hell, a spirit of perversion. That's just one of them. There's a spirit of anger, a spirit of division, a spirit of rebellion in my witness. A spirit of seducing, where people feel like they ain't got to go to church anymore to be saved. And I can be saved without going to church. And I can serve the Lord at my house. These are all spirits. And if you're not giving yourself over to God, you're giving yourself over to one of them spirits. These are spirits. Rebellion, that's a spirit. The Bible calls it in Ephesians the spirit of disobedience that now worketh in the children. That's a spirit. That's a spirit. So they call it what it is. Stop calling it cute. That's a demon you raising up. You're raising up a demon. So keep playing. You're raising up a demon. You are feeding a demon. You empowered it.
He comes Bible study for this.
I hope so. Because from this point forward, you're going to have to do something different. don't have to do something different. Every one of us that know the truth. They have the revelation of Jesus Christ. They understand the gospel. They have been touched by the Holy Ghost. They've been baptized by the Spirit. We got to do something different. Because you go to church, ain't no guarantee that Spirit ain't going to take your daughter down there and turn her into a dude. Because you go to church, there ain't no guarantee that your Spirit ain't going to take your boy and turn her into a little girl. You don't know their tendencies. Do you know their tendencies? Do you know the Spirit talking to them while you're at home in the sleep? You know they're looking at their phone. You got to tap into the Holy Ghost. So the Holy Ghost can show you what you can't see with your natural eyes. So the Holy Ghost can show you what's really going on with your children. What's really going on. Huh? It's all or nothing now, y'all. We used to play church and get away with it. We used to play church and get away with it. You can't play church no more. That's just for the old folks. That's for y'all folks that old. That's for you. You old, you ain't got nothing else to do but go to church. That's for you. I'll tell you what, die without Christ, you'll see who it's for. Say it again, Brother Wade. When you can see the sign and ignore it, that's one thing. When you can't see the sign, that's something else. You can see it. And if it don't draw you close to God, you're ignoring the sign. You don't see a spirit of perversion in the earth today?
Yes.
You don't see a spirit of division in the earth today? Kids don't want to listen to their parents. They think they know more than the parents know. They grown than the parents.
Tell them the truth.
No, don't want to be disciplined. Want to tell you when to get on, when to get off. Want to tell you when they're going to go to sleep. Tell you what you're going to do about the stuff you pay for. How you going to tell me what to do with my stuff I pay for? And you going to tell me what to do with it? How you going to tell me what to do with what I pay for? Pay for it yourself and you can do whatever you want with it. But as long as I'm paying for it, you can't tell me what you're going to do with my stuff. But ain't what kids doing today.
That's what they do.
That's a spirit.
Yes.
But we just gonna take them to church. You better get in that closet and you better call that demon for what it is, and you better go in the spirit realm and you better grab hold of that joker and you better put him under your control. You better put him under your foot, but Jesus already got him. But you gotta go get him and put him under your foot. You better stop thinking going to church don't fix everything. Some of that stuff you got to fix in your prayer closet. I'm going to stay right here for a minute. One church don't fix everything. You ain't got no prayer life at home, you're going to go to church to get it fixed. I don't understand how that works.
Come on, Jesus.
Well, I'm going to take him to church. When the demon ain't at church, it's at your house.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Woo! Good God Almighty. Well, I feel that.
Yes, Lord.
We're going to have to get a hold of the Lord, brothers and sisters.
That's what it is.
We're going to have to get a hold of the Lord for real. You ain't, listen, our generation is over with.
Yes.
Our generation got over with in 2000 when the 21st century showed up. Me and your generation went away. If you 40 plus, if you older than 35, your generation went away. Is that right? Okay, listen to me. It's their generation. Third generation. His generation. Let me ask you a question. What is the only guaranteed thing you can give your child today?
Jesus.
The only guaranteed thing you can give them. The only inheritance that you can leave your kids is not $1 billion. It's not pay all their debts. It's not. The only thing that you can give your kids is the God of that Bible.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. That's the only thing you can give them. Nothing that's going to work. Nothing that's going to work. Nothing that's going to work. Nothing else. It breaks my heart. I'm talking about grieve me to my core. We cannot continue on this path. something is going to break.
Oh, we gotta get it.
Are you here?
Yes.
I told a man the other day, I said, everything that has a beginning has an end.
That's right.
Everything. But are we prepared for it? Are we getting ready for it? Or are we just living life as usual? And we'll hear God speak to us, and we'll be in subjection while we're in this building right here. And then when we go home, we'll go back to our same old thinking, and the same old activities, our same old way of doing things. And that was just Pastor Coach. That's just the way he talked. I'm used to that by now. But you don't ever see it as God warning you, preparing you for something that's about to happen, something's about to take place. A nation divided against, Jesus said, the kingdom divided against itself won't stand. A nation divided against itself won't stand. So, how long are you going to be able to work that job? How long are you going to be able to keep getting them paychecks? Anybody listen to me? Our nation is divided against itself.
That's right.
And how long? The only reason we still get paychecks, checks, is because God being merciful to us. He's preparing us, but we're not preparing. You doomsday preacher, no. Doomsday preacher. They not coming for you. You just destroyed my day. Preaching that doomsday stuff. Ain't no doomsday stuff. It's the Bible. That's the word of God stuff. Read Matthew chapter 24 if it's doomsday. Jesus must have been a doomsday preacher then, because he said in Matthew chapter 24, he said a nation divided against itself won't stand.
That's right.
And you go all the way to the back of the book, he said, thou shalt take peace from the earth and they kill one another. What do you think people are doing now? They have no compassion for life. You ain't nothing. That's man becoming full of himself. When man gets full of himself and there is no place in his life where God can touch, you're doomed. When you lose moral good, and that's how you get saved, you got to have some moral good. Because God don't connect to the evil side of us. Amen. He connect to the moral good side of us. That's what he draw me by. When we as a society lose the moral goodness that God gave us, we can't be reached no more. That's what God talks about in Romans chapter 1 verse 28. Because they refused to obtain God in their knowledge, he turned them over. Y'all still with me?
Yes.
Ain't scared y'all too bad, is it? Luke chapter 9 verse 62. I'm just going to be the lead by example. I mean, that's the best way to do something. To lead by example. Luke chapter 9. Luke chapter 9, you got Luke chapter 9? You know what are we talking about? We're talking about forgetting the past, right? We know we can't move forward if we don't let go of what you had. God, the reason we can't grow is because we're holding on to something that's keeping us from growing. You can't go forward. You can't develop. You can't follow God. You can't do anything.
Thank you.
Before you read that one, just hold that right there. Put your finger on that one. Just put your pen or something in there real quick. I got to read the scripture right here. I just gave you. In Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. This is when Jesus told the disciples he had to die. Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. We all know the story about that, right? What happened there? Peter took Jesus and began to, verse 22 from 16:22, and then we'll go back to that.
Peter took Jesus to one side and began to
Everybody have it? Say amen, you have it.
Amen.
Amen?
Jesus said,
You said very different.
yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, that's good. Go ahead.
Peter took Jesus to one side and began to scold him.
Mm-hmm.
Never, Lord, he said, this will never happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus turned and said to Peter, get behind me, Satan.
Said you turned what?
He turned and said to Peter, get behind me, Satan, you're standing in my way.
Read it again. He turned and said
He
to.
turned to Peter and said
He turned to Peter and said.
to Peter, get behind me, Satan.
Wait.
you're standing in my
Now,
way."
who grabbed Jesus? Peter or Satan? Remember, Satan's power isn't present. You remember, right? Everybody remember that? Satan's power isn't the present. He can't create. He can only do to you what you've already done. He can only discourage you with what guilt you already have. He can't create new guilt if you haven't done anything to bring new guilt to your life. Y'all with me? He can't create new hurt if you haven't experienced hurt. He can only use what's already been done. Are we with me? So Peter was told by Jesus something that was going to happen in the future. Right? Peter wanted Jesus to stay in the past. He didn't want Jesus to die.
Right.
So he wanted Jesus to basically stay in the past life, which is what he was having right now. You with me?
Uh-huh.
So when Jesus heard what Peter said, who did Jesus address?
Satan.
Who did he address?
Satan.
Now, who reminds you of the past?
Satan.
Who always tell you what you did and can't do?
Satan.
See, what God told us in the beginning of this Bible study is the first thing the corner mind of Satan going to tell you is that you can't do that. That ain't nothing wrong with the world. And everything's okay. That you can keep living like you've been living. Just keep going to church. Just keep doing what you've been doing. That man up there, he crazy. He don't want to feel like that. Do you feel like that? These kind of conversations going to have with you in your own head. He going to ask you, Sister Skipper, do you feel like that? And then you're going to search your feelings and you're going to say, no, I really don't feel like that. And then after he get you to say you don't feel like that, then he's going to tell you that's just him. And you're going to agree with him by saying, yeah, that is just him. What he just got you to do is stay in the past. Because God was trying to pull you up, but you refused to move. So you stayed back when you should have moved up. So Peter wanted Jesus to stay in his past life. He didn't want him to go forward. So what did Jesus do to Peter? He rebukes. It don't make sense for Jesus to rebuke the devil when it's Peter talking. Does it? Does it? I mean, no sense to me. But he said, who did he say get behind me, honestly? Who did he tell to get behind me?
Jesus turned and said to Peter, get behind me, Satan.
Why is he talking to Peter as Satan? Why is he talking to Peter as Satan? Anybody ever wonder why Jesus was talking to Peter as Satan?
Because it was contrary to the will of God. Anything contrary to the will of God is not God. It's of evil.
The same spirit.
Yeah.
So what?
Same spirit that he encountered in the book.
Same spirit. Well, let me tell you why. Because the nature in the carnal mind came from Satan. Because look what Jesus addressed next. He says, you savors the things that are man. The carnal mind. Like the carnal mind gonna do when it really comes down to paying for a next move of God in your own life and your kids' life. The carnal mind gonna talk about it. Because it knows if I let you go here, I gotta die.
Yeah.
Anybody with me? The carnal mind don't care about how many times you go to church, or how much time you put into the church, or how many operations you went to church. It don't care about none of that. It don't want to die. See, this is what Peter was trying to get Jesus to keep alive. Because Peter talked to Jesus the things that are men. And then Jesus rebukes the devil and tells, you savor the things that are of men, not of God. Is that what it says? Is that what it says? But he turned and said unto Peter, get thee behind me, Satan, thou art an offense unto me. For thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that, right? Look what the next verse says. After Jesus rebukes Satan and tells Peter, you're talking like corner people, Jesus then addresses Peter. And watch what he tells Peter. What he tells Peter? In verse 23. 24. Correction. Verse 24.
Then Jesus spoke to his disciples.
Then Jesus,
he said, whoever wants to be my disciple must say no to himself.
say what?
Whoever wants to be my disciple must say no to himself.
Say no to the past. Your past you. Your past you. Remember Sunday, the Lord said something. He said a lot of stuff. But he said something that when my wife was playing a video, I was asleep, but my ears were always on. My eyes wasn't watching it, but my ears was listening to it. You know, your conscious mind goes to sleep, but your subconscious mind never goes to sleep. That's why you dream. Because your subconscious mind is always on. Let me give you some nice. So I was listening with my ears, but I was asleep. But I heard the Lord say something while she was playing the video. See, I have to go back and watch it because the Lord said a lot of things. And he said it so quick that I can hear it but not comprehend it. So to hear something is different from comprehending it. Are y'all with me? You can hear me talk, but if you're not listening, you're not comprehending what I'm saying. Like some of y'all tonight. Y'all hear me talk, but you're not listening, so you're not comprehending because your mind ain't here. And when your mind ain't here, your ears is. So wherever your comprehension is, that's where your mind's at.
Amen. Come on,
So, are y'all with me?
Come on.
Right? So he said something, and y'all probably very different. Say, what that you doing or talking about? He said something. God does all the talking. I don't do anything.
All right now.
I'm just a vessel. I just bring him up here.
Yes.
I feel like running books. Stay right here. I just bring him up here. I don't say anything.
Yes.
Not without his permission.
Yes.
If he don't permit it, I don't say it. You can believe that. If you don't permit it, I don't do it. But he said something that opened my eyes up while I was asleep. Deacon Jackson. He said, my greatest fight ain't with the devil. It's with the old Joshua. When he said that to me, Brother Wade, it was like somebody punched in my stomach and I rose up in the bed and opened my eyes and looked around. Just that one statement and all the things that he said. He said, my greatest fight is not with the devil. It's with the old Joshua. The past me. Hey! The past me fights the new me. Yes! Because it wants to get back in control of the temple. That's right. It used to own. It don't own it no more. See, to go to the next level in God, you got to lose all of Jessica. Not the parts of her you don't like.
Teach us, oh God.
To go to the next level, thank you, Holy Ghost, to go to the secret place. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High. That means God got to invite you in there. You don't get in there because you can pray. That's why it's a secret. Because no one knows how to get there, but the one that's going to bring you there. I'm going to stay right here for a few minutes. But we like quoting that scripture, Psalms 91, it sounds so good. Don't it? Sounds so good. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Oh, we like saying that part. But it's a secret place. Right? So if you don't know the secret, how you going to get there?
All right.
Because you can pray. No, in that place, God has to invite you.
Yes.
And let me give you some nuggets. He will not invite none of the secret place.
Man.
Yes, Lord.
You know the Holy Ghost just said, y'all still in the inner court. A lot of us pray from the inner court. Because in the inner court you can feel God's presence, but you wasn't in the presence of God. But we got to go from the inner court into the Holy Holies. Why you listen to me? See, in the inner court you got to undress the flesh. See, in the outer court you got saved. You ain't in the outer court no more. Now you're in the court, you got to start taking off the flesh. You can change your clothes, but if you don't change the flesh, you go back to getting the clothes. Are you listening to me?
That's the truth.
So you got to start taking off you.
Get off some stuff.
Peter, isn't it amazing how Peter rebukes Jesus, Jesus rebukes the devil, and then immediately tell Peter, you can't follow me unless you get rid of you? But wait a minute now. Basically, what Jesus told Peter, in a sense, you are the devil. Are you listening to me? He rebukes the devil, tells the devil, you talk like a man, not like God. He didn't tell Peter that. He told the devil that. He said, you are talking like a man, devil. And then he immediately tells Peter how to follow him. He said, get rid of you. You are still connected to the devil. That's why he used your mouth to talk to me. Get rid of you. Anybody listen to this? You know the Holy Ghost said, don't be the serpent who gives his mouth to the devil to deceive Eve. Because if you don't get rid of you, he going to take over your mouth. See, that's why you're in cuss, because you ain't got rid of you.
That's right. Come on, preach.
He can take over your mouth when he get ready. Yeah, God. I ain't gonna say it no more. The Lord told me not to say it no more. You can cuss because you ain't got rid of you. He can take over your mouth when he get ready.
That's right.
But when you get rid of you, he said, if any man is to follow me.
Yes, Lord.
If then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and do what? And take up his cross. Oh yeah. If the world is moving at a rapid pace to destruction, why is the church just sitting here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I ain't doing nothing. And the spirit of virgin got your daughter in the room back there telling her to be a girl, be a boy. And she could look between her legs and see that she's a girl. But he about to take over her mind.
Come on, yes.
And you still, let me see, let me find my favorite channel here. See, you ain't denying me. Hey.
Amen. Yes, man.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is.
But it's right.
That's it.
He rebukes him. Tells the devil he talks like a man. Then tell Peter how to get rid of the devil.
Amen.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Isn't that something? Peter, by the devil's function, rebukes Jesus. But then Jesus rebukes the devil. And then tell Peter how to get rid of the devil.
Yes.
Self is the devil. You know, I had an acronym for self when I was young in the church. You know what I called it? S for Satan, E for ever, L for lusting flesh.
Wow.
Satan's ever-lusting flesh.
Yeah.
Self. Y'all the first person ever told that. Self. I call it Satan's ever-lusting flesh. Because that's all it ever do. Lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, pride of life. That's all that's in us. Those three components. But Jesus, he rebukes Satan. Tell him stop talking like a man. Isn't that something? Because he said, get thee behind me, Satan. For you savors not the things of God, but those that be of men. Now wait a minute now. Did Satan just take over Peter's mouth and talk like a man? It appears that in the Bible, doesn't it?
Amen.
You know why Satan took off Peter's mouth? Because Peter was still connected. See, in the next phase of God, excuse me, stop. Thank you. In the next phase in God, you can't come. You can't come. I can't come. Church can't come. 3 songs and offering can't come. This generation needs a direct encounter with the Spirit of God. And it cannot be tainted by the spirit of a man who's still walking in their flesh. Gifts, you better listen to me real good. Gifts are not going to deliver this generation. I'm going to say that. Gifts is not going to deliver this generation. We done tried. We've been trying since 2000. And look at us now. 20 years will be next year. Be 20 years we've been trying gifts. And look what gifts have got the church.
No.
Jesus.
Powerless. No anointing. No Holy Ghost. Because they have transitioned from flesh to spirit back to flesh. But you can't transition if you're not willing to forget where you come from. You got to let go of that. You got to refuse to be known. You got to refuse to be seen. You got to refuse to be heard. You don't care if nobody know your name or don't know your name. It don't matter. You don't want to be known, period. You just want to die so Christ can reach your generation.
Amen.
This is what God's looking for. He's looking for people that would deny themselves so He can save my niece, my nephews, your niece, your nephews, my godchildren, your daughters, your sons, if you got them. This ain't no game no more. Satan will embarrass you. Let you go to church your whole life and then make your son be gay. That's a demon. Keep praying. Keep praying. This is serious. You joined the army when you got saved. You didn't know that? You didn't know you joined the army since Captain? You're a soldier. You can't decide to fight when you want to. Could you decide every other way? They sent you to war. You don't get to sit in the barracks where everybody's on the front line getting killed. And you're going to come up after everybody done did what they're supposed to do. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We want to stay in church, let somebody else pay the price for it, and then enjoy it, right? But no, you're going to have to pay the price for your kids, and I'm going to have to pay the price for mine. You're going to have to pay the price for your house. I'm going to have to pay the price for my house. And when we come together, we all going to pay the price. And guess who's going to show up? God's going to show up because we all pay the price.
Yes.
He says, if you're going to follow me, take up your cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life, the past, the old you, will do what? And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall what? Find it. You know why you can't see God? You ever wonder why you can't see him for real? Because you're still looking at you. Get rid of you, you'll see God.
Yes.
That's why he said, find it.
Yes.
Find it. That means it's always been there. You just haven't been looking in the right place. The life of Christ was put to sleep when Adam sinned. Until God decided to wake it up again.
Yes.
That's why He's the only one who can regenerate you. Regeneration means to wake up what was already there. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Oh, I felt the Holy Ghost. You felt it good. Oh my God. See, if I would have never got rid of the old Joshua, I wouldn't be able to see into the kingdom.
Right. Amen.
Jesus told Nicodemus, you've been in church your whole life, but you ain't born again, so you don't have access. What's the purpose of having keys you can't use? You gonna just tote around in your pocket? Huh? Are you gonna tote around keys you don't use? Every key on your chain got a purpose on it. You know where to go to, don't you? You have any key on your chain that you don't use? I don't. I'll take it off in the bag and I'll throw it in the trash. Because I don't know where to go to. But let me tell you something. When you fill yourself up on scriptures and you're not born again, you got a bunch of keys you can't use. First of all, those keys don't work for you. It works for the new you. I wish I could see this. Jesus told Peter, if you're going to come where I'm at, see, y'all thought he meant like follow him. But where did Jesus go? Where did Jesus go? See, when I used to read it, I used to think like, well, Peter going to follow Jesus for the rest of that day. Or until, you know, to wherever until he get to the cross. That's why I used to read it. I'm just being honest with you. When I used to read it, I used to think, my mind used to think like that. When he said, follow me, I was like, well, I guess Peter gonna follow Jesus until he get to the cross. That ain't what Jesus went. Jesus went into death, came out. Jesus said, if you're gonna follow me into death, you're gonna have to deny me because you won't die. He said, the only way you're gonna be able to come back out, I don't resurrect the flesh. I want to resurrect the spirit. Are you listening to me? So if Peter would have never let go of who Peter used to be, he wouldn't be in the Bible. You know our greatest problem is? It ain't with the devil. It's with who he used to be. Are we understanding?
So true.
My fight ain't with Satan. Jesus defeated Satan. My fight is with the influence that Satan has. And his influence is founded and rooted in the old me. And long as the root of the old me is still existing, he can attach himself to it. Are you listening to me? But when I uproot all of the old me, he has nothing to attach to. What can he do now? He can't do nothing. But let me ask you this. Then what can God do now? If Satan can no longer influence the old, Sister Marcel, what God can do now, the new one, with no interruption of the old one? He can run out of your pores now, can he? And that's what you want? You want God to run out of your pores and sweat running behind? And that's what we want? That's what I want. I want God to saturate me so that he can get in my clothes. He'll come out of my pores. He saturate me so much that when I sweat, he be in my sweat. Amen. It's in your Bible. The Bible said they took clothes off Peter. Peter shouted against somebody. They took clothes off Paul. Laid him on the sick. His clothes. Paul ain't there. But this man's so saturated with God. But we think that's just for the Bible. It's a story. That's just for Paul, you know. That ain't going to happen for my generation. But listen, if it don't happen for your generation, it won't be your generation. If it don't happen for your child, you're going to, okay. If it don't happen for you, and if it don't happen for me, ain't no guarantee. There's no guarantee. The only guarantee I have is when I crucify me by the Spirit. How can the Spirit lead me to where I'm refusing to go? He ain't going to drag you there, sister. He going to lead you there. He ain't going to make you obey your mother. He's just going to ask you to do it. And if you don't do it, he's going to walk away. You know, the Spirit don't work that way. He don't come to do everything for you. He comes to assist what you want to do. If I'm leading somebody, that means they have yielded their will to follow me. Ain't that part of denying? Jesus told Peter, if you don't want to ever have that incident you just had, you got to deny me. You don't want Satan just take over you when you get ready. Huh? Well, I thought, you know, once I got saved, that and they got those demons cast out, they didn't come back in. But if you're carnal, and you go to church, and you don't apply, and you're carnal, the carnal mind and carnality is attached to the owner, which is Satan. Satan influences the carnal mind, which still have control over your soul because you ain't got rid of it. So now, if you were snappy with your mouth before you got saved, you haven't denied that part of you, all he gonna do is influence the snap in you, and it's gonna tickle your mouth and embarrass you. You listen to me. That's why you should never say, I will never do that. Never say never. Never say I will never do that. I will never talk like that. I'll never say those words. I'll never be like that. If you don't deny you to the point where you no longer have rule over your soul, which owns your will and your emotion, which owns your mouth. But the Bible says, out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts. That's the subconscious. That's the will and the emotion, the mind. So if that part of you haven't been crucified, you got to get past going to church. You got to see a serious need for transitioning from going to church to becoming it. And if you don't see that, that's not something I can give you.
Amen.
You got to see that.
That's right.
I can deny only one person in this earth, just one.
That's it.
Just one. I got a wife, I got 2 daughters, I got 3 sons. But I only got power over one person. Just one. The only person that I can bring under subjection is me.
That's right. Amen.
I can't bring nobody else under subjection. As your pastor, I can't bring you under subjection.
That's right.
I can pray for you, grease your forehead up. I cannot deny your past. That's something you got to choose to
That's
do.
right. That's right.
Amen.
I cannot do that for you.
Yes.
Say it again, mother.
You gotta do that yourself.
Then Jesus said unto his disciples with S, right?
Yes.
He's talking to all of them. If you're going to follow me, deny yourself. Pastor, how do I do that? I'm going to give you a nugget that God gave me the other day. Let me show you. Say it again. Say it again, mother.
You have to deny yourself
Yes, ma'am.
and follow me.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Got to. Ain't no ifs and buts about this. What's about to happen to the earth? If we don't hurry up and get in, we don't want to be like the 5 foolish. They had all, but they have none in their vessel. The wise had all in the lamp and in the vessel. The oil in the lamp ran out. They didn't have the reserve. So you got enough oil to come to church. But do you have enough oil to get caught up? See, that's the question. See, you don't pay for enough oil to keep coming here every Wednesday and every Sunday. But have you paid for enough oil to be caught up when Jesus comes? But let me give you a nugget on self-denial. We'll stay right here. Because in order to get the past, you got to deny yourself. Let me give you a nugget on self-denial. So I asked the Lord the other day, I said, Lord, how could I teach self-denial to a person where they can go home and do it? See, these kind of questions I asked the Lord because I want to know. He said, remember when you first came to this job? I said, yeah. He said, they told you how much they were going to pay you, didn't they? I said, they sure did. He said, then it inspired you. I said, yeah, it did. He said, how many times did you quit? I said, I quit every day. But for that money, I kept coming back. They did that part, did you? You take. Say again.
We deny ourselves to keep our jobs.
Can you say that, just
One more time.
We deny ourselves to keep our jobs.
And you got a problem with denying yourself? You just love to go to the hospital, don't you? You can't wait until the morning comes. You just jump out of bed, you're so excited. You run past the bed. I want to die. That's Beth. She ready to go to the hospital. You lay in the bed. You contemplate in your head. You go through your emotional roller coasters. You check all the people off that you don't like.
Yeah.
Just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Anybody want to tell the truth? This is church, I will tell the truth. You check out all the folks that don't bother you that day. I hope so-and-so don't be there. She get on my nerves. She really does. You check all that off. You check all that off. This is what he told me now. I said, Lord, how can I teach self-denial to a person when they can go home and do it? He took me right back to my job. But I ain't got to the good part yet. He said, now, I'm going to show you what your inspiration was. He said, you was making $150 a week. They told you they were going to pay you $4,000 a month. That's about what I made when I first started. So I went from $500 a month to a $3,500 increase. So you know I denied myself. I don't care what I was going through. I denied myself. I denied myself like it wasn't nobody's business. And every day I quit, I denied myself to go back. Because I kept going back for the extra $3,500 a month I was getting. And I kept going back, and I kept going back, and I kept going back. See, that was self-denial. You didn't know that, did you? Just taught you something, did you? Because the show taught me something. He said your incentive was $3,500 a month. And no matter how much hell they put you through, did you quit? I said, no, I didn't quit, Lord. He said, why did you keep going back? I said, for that money. So I had to tell the truth. I wasn't going back because I love to push milk. I'm going to drink me some milk. See, I can tell the truth about Joshua. I'm transparent. I ain't got no eyes. That's why he talks to me. And I talk to him, and he answers me because I don't hide nothing from him. I tell him the straight up truth. Amen. You want to get free, you have to tell the truth. Amen. Now you got a problem doing what now? And you can't do what now? Some of y'all don't like the people you work for. If you can quit your job and get another job, you'll quit. But you know you can hardly get another one. You make what you make because you've been there too long. So you put up with those people. You deny how you feel to deal with a person you really don't like. For money. Say it again.
That will perish.
My point. Thank you, Brother Wade. And that's what he told me then. He said you was willing to deny how you felt about this job. Get up. I ain't no morning person. I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and go run a milk. 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll sleep till 8. I ain't, man. I did my other job. I had to go to work till 7:30. And I got to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, no. When I said no, that $3,500 said, ding, ding. I said, okay, I'm on the way. I'll say it right now. I'm telling the truth. But we can't deny ourselves for God. But we'll deny ourselves for filthy lucre. They're going to have no value one day. But then I can't do that. Ain't no way I can live like that pastor. He always preaches stuff nobody can live. But you live for the people you work for. And you do whatever they tell you. They cuss you out, mash you in front of come, you know what I mean? And then you be back up there tomorrow. Is he telling the truth, Brother Skip? Is he telling the truth? We right back up there tomorrow.
I could have slapped one up, I promise you. And I put it on. But only God.
And that paycheck. I want to do to you what I feel like doing. But my family gonna suffer if I do that to you. I really want to just beat you down in this court right here. Because oh my God, I was gonna power on their money. The lawyers ain't gonna stop coming. The carpenters ain't gonna stop asking for it. And the food ain't gonna stop wanting to be buying. You know, y'all listen to me. So what I really want to do here, I'm looking at what I'm gonna lose. So I'm denying what I want to do. But we can't do that for Jesus. Why? You know why? Because you don't really see that. If you saw hell, if God would take you and just let you look at hell, woo, what you want to do now, Lord? Good God Almighty. If he showed you, But he don't. Because if he showed you, he took away your will to choose. You can see the folks you work with every day. And no matter how nasty they treat you, once you get that first paycheck, you hook. Once they put that big old $3,500 check in the account, I'm used to seeing $150 a week since the camera. Well, that bank account goes going crazy for a second. Is that really? I told my wife, is that right? Is that right? Is that right? She said, yeah, baby, that's right. And let me give you a nugget that God gave me. That's really going to happen. He said, you denied yourself for the money, but I needed you to deny yourself for the money so I could teach you to love people, because you didn't have that trait in you. If you would have quit, you wouldn't be able to deal with people, and you wouldn't be a pastor, because you didn't have that in you. I'll give you another nugget that he gave me. He said, now when you go to this job, do you even think about if you like it or dislike it? I said, no. I said, why? This is what I asked him. I said, why, Lord? He said, you have denied that part of you so much that it no longer bothers you. So the job won't even bother you no more, because that part of you is dead. This is going to happen anymore. He said, you don't even do it for the money no more. I said, remember you gave me back $300 a week? That's $1,200 a month. You gave it back to them so you could be a pastor? So you don't even do it for the money no more. But he taught me self-denial by giving me a job I didn't want. And not only did I stop at that self-denial part, but he taught me how to take that self-denial and transfer it over to the spiritual part. So now I learned how to self-deny myself by the self-denial I got from the natural world. So now I use that same principle with my spiritual walk with God. Because I know my reward one day is going to be well done. Thy good and faithful servant. So I'm already looking ahead. I don't stop right here. See, our problem is we stop right here. We won't go out and fix it right here. No, vision is not just right here. Vision is way down there.
Right.
Are you listening to me? If all I saw was right here, I wouldn't deny myself. You want to get out of that problem? Deny you. Stop blaming everybody else.
That's right.
You want things to get better? Deny you. Listen, thank you, Holy Ghost. The thing is not attached to the people you blame it on. It's attached to you. Get rid of you, and that thing leaves. You don't want to get rid of you, so you blame people for it being in your life. But let me give you a nugget on that. If the people was not the cause or the origin, then it solely belongs to you. Even if they is the cause or the origin, that don't mean you got to keep it. Not after you have encountered the truth. Once you encounter truth, you're no longer supposed to keep what somebody else gave you. I'm going to say that again. Well, I felt the Holy Ghost. Good God Almighty. Once I encountered the truth, I didn't have to keep the hurt they gave me. Because I encountered truth. And truth told me that's not me. So I gave away what they gave me. Now, if I would have kept it, then I had to ignore truth. Oh, man. Is that anybody in the Joshua Coach?
Yes. Yes.
So now why you can't do it? You do it every day. Now why you can't do it? You love going to school, money? You do? Every day you love going to school. You just gotta be happy. You're the first student I know that love going to school. You must be different. You might ask somebody else because you don't. Then you wouldn't be telling no fib in church, would you? You love to go to school. What you got over there? What you got over there? Because I don't know nobody that loves to go to school. Unless something over there they love.
Well, they in school. That's what's on
You love going to school? You don't love going to school, do you? You just can't wait till the morning to come. Can't wait to get over there. You go to Northview? Can't wait to get to Northview in the morning. Just can't wait to see my favorite nerve teacher. Gets my nerve all the time. Just can't wait to see her. Oh, just wait for her to bother me in the morning. I'm happy about that. You're not, are you? And how old are you? You're 15. And you're practicing self-denial right now. So why you can't do it for God? You do it to go to Northview. You're 15 years old and you're practicing self-denial right now to go to Northview School, but you won't do it for God. Is that the truth of the matter? Is it not the truth of the matter? So what you love over there? You love the teachers? You love the coaches? You love the food? Kind of. Well, you don't love them then. You love them or you don't. So you don't really love them in school. It's something that you love for too at school. You did?
I didn't like getting up, but I like going to school.
You didn't like getting up. Well, you don't love it. Because you have a problem getting up. You can't have it and it too. Because listen, listen, I'll tell you why. If you love it, then you would have no problem getting up for it. You'll be up for the chicken start crowing. For the rooster here, you'll be already up. Because you see what I'm saying? You can't love it and not like getting up to get to it. Well, you didn't love it then. Because if you love it, it controls the whole person, not just parts. You see what I'm saying? We selectively deny ourselves for the things that we want. And even the things that irritate us, we know we got to have, we deny ourselves to get it. Don't we? But why is it so hard to do it for Christ? Brother, why do you think? Why is it so hard to do it for Christ? Is it because the reward is too high? The price is cost too much, you think?
We don't know when we're going to get the reward.
That's the
We're
answer.
going to get paid every Friday, every other Friday. First, 17th, whatever. So we know we're going to get paid.
That's the answer we're looking for right now. We don't know if we're going to get the reward or not. Once they give you that first paycheck, you're hooked. You already know. Especially if you ain't made that kind of money. You make $200 a week, now you're making $1,200 a week, and you get that first check of $1,200, you're going to deny all your aches, all your pain, everything. Because in your mind, you're going to see that $1,200. But let me ask you a question. That needs to be done. The self-denial that you operate in is off somebody's word. Right? What if they never paid you? What if you worked 2 weeks and they fired you? And they never gave you a check? Better yet, what if you worked 2 weeks and the company went out of business? You can't get no check now.
Here comes Satan.
Here come who?
Satan.
Here comes Satan. He's gonna hurry up and take your mouth away. Thank you. He can do some talking. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? At least you honest. Here comes Satan. He's finna shoulder up, take your mouth over. You finna do some cussing. And then the folks that you done talked to about the Lord. Told them that you go to church every Wednesday and every Sunday. You stand out like you.
All that just went out the window.
Oh my God. Jessica. Oh my God. Oh Lord, no you did, girl. Oh Jesus. I thought you were saved. Don't let him take your mouth over. Because we can't see the reward. We can't see the reward. Like the scripture says about Jesus. It says, for the joy set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame. He denied himself for a joy that was set before him. He ain't got it yet. He paid a price for you and me on the hopes. You go all the way back to the Old Testament, in the book of Psalms. Maybe Psalms Isaiah. But it's in the book. It says, God's word through the mouth of them in the Old Testament to Jesus, his son, is that your soul will not rest in Hades. So all Jesus had was God's word, that he'll come get me out of hell. And that he would give me a seat at his right hand. And that he would empower me above all power in earth and beneath the earth and in heaven. That's all Jesus had with God's word. Who would go for me? That's what God said. Jesus said, I'll go, send me. And all he had was his word. So he died for me and you off God's word. Full of God's word. And all that man gave you was his word. And he a man. The Bible says, let every man be a liar and God be true. He's a man. He don't know how to tell the truth. But 3 o'clock in the morning, you ain't no morning person. You get up at 7, then you gotta get up at 3. First thing you think about is they're gonna pay me $17 an hour. I was making 10. You deny your notion to sleep for the extra 4 hours for the extra $10. Isn't that something? But when it comes to God, as Brother Wade said, because we don't see the reward, we don't see the punishment. Your parents tell kids, God is going to deal with you. And because he hadn't dealt with you, you keep acting out. Because you feel like they lying. Because if God don't get me, why he ain't got me yet? So you keep rebelling, and you keep rebelling, and you keep rebelling, and you keep being disobedient, you keep being hard-headed, and you think God ain't gonna get you. Let me tell you something. After he had barely wrong with you, won't be long before he put that hand on you. I think I should have come up in a generation when my mother then was in church and they had the fire of the Holy Ghost. Back in the days when you wouldn't dare touch the Bible without somebody's permission. And it was a book so sacred that it had its own spot on the shelf. It couldn't nobody touch it but an adult. Y'all remember them days, do y'all? Y'all remember them days? The Bible in my house was so holy, it's so righteous, it still is today. But we reverenced it. It was so sacred with the James. It had a shelf on the wall just for the Bible. Nothing else was up there. You didn't put nothing up there beside it. You didn't touch it. Unless you was mama or daddy, you ain't gonna touch that Bible. You don't put your hands on it. None of that.
That's right.
You don't none of that. Now kids rip pages out of it. Right over, throw it on something.
Yeah.
That's what my mom. That's what that mom.
I'm telling you.
We had a big old white.
My mama had one too.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what happened one time. I think it's what it, once we start getting back close to God, God start getting our kids instantly. Bow, 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 bow. It won't be long. They come out. Tell you what happened one time. We used to play store, right? So you get newspaper, back when we was young, we invented games. We don't have it on our phone like y'all, with all this technology. We had to invent games. See, none of y'all know how to invent no game. If it ain't already invented, you'll be looking like it's gotta be already invented. We used to invent stuff to do. That's this generation. All that technology. What is Mother May out? What is Red Rover? Huh? What do you know outside to play?
I'll put a blue.
That's what I thought. When you went outside to play hide and seek?
When I was younger.
When you were young?
Not now.
Oh,
Not now.
it's too hot.
Mosquitoes are strong.
Mosquitoes. Man, we used to run outside 100 degrees outside with those shoes on. Bare feet. Running through the dirt. They used to beat us to get us in the house. Now we got to beat y'all to get you out the house. Mama had to whoop us this cabaret. We get upset because we got to come indoors. Y'all get upset because you got to go outdoors. Different generation. Take off. Point about to make. Point about to make. This is going to be a good point to you. Listen, this is going to be a good point. So we was playing store, right? And my brother Ricky, he was the owner of the store. So we all, we had to build a tree house. This was through a cornfield to get this tree house, right? So they get newspaper. So what I do is, I go get the Bible you ain't supposed to touch.
Wow.
And I start ripping pages out. I'm making me some money. Stuff in my pocket. Rick said, God don't get you, boy. I said, God ain't gonna do nothing to me. You know what you talking about? Stuff in my pocket. They left me while I was, trying to fill my pocket with money. So this is Sunday. The train track was right in front of our house. Like not right in front of it, but so the train don't run on Sunday. See, these are days we're going back to. When people start getting back close to God, you gotta tell your kids one time. God not break out the second time. Tell you that right there. Y'all just wait. When men get close, when we start getting back close to God, you ain't gonna holler at your kids no 3 or 4 times. The Lord gonna take that second breath, boom, knock it out of you. So I'm going through this cornfield. Train don't run on Sunday. Run 5 days a week, sometimes on Saturday. Never ran on Sunday. So I walked through the cornfield, my Bible pages were ripped out. I heard something go, bing! I started looking around. I said, I ain't running on track on Sunday. I said, I've never run track on Sunday. Then walked through that cornfield. The sound got louder. Bing! It's like it was following me, the sound. I kept walking. And then the sound got louder. Bing! And then it came up to me, and the Lord grabbed my hand and said, didn't I tell you I was going to get you? Boy, I took off running. He grabbed my hand. Yeah, right there. Go show me home. I felt the Holy Ghost. He grabbed my hand. He said, didn't they tell you I was going to get you? I took off running. The only way he got off me is when they jumped out of the tree and touched me. And right, James. That's when people was close to God. Get back close to God. You gotta tell your child one time. God knocked breath out of the second time. I'll tell you right now. My mom didn't play radio. My mom was so holy that I was 10 years old. Her face was shining like that light bulb. I said, if I ever get saved, I want that right there. When folks were dedicated to God and they carried the glory of God on their face, you could see it. You don't see that in this generation anymore. Folks go to church every Wednesday, every Sunday, but you never see God's glory just resting on their face. Back in those days, my mom used to walk with a glory. The Bible was so holy, you wouldn't put your hand on it. You could not even touch it. You ain't qualified. My mom used to tell me. The Lord got ordained me. That's what she used to say to me. The Lord got ordained you to touch this book, baby. He ain't ordained you yet. Are we going back to those days? You gotta holler at him. I promise you. Get back close to God, and God will knock the breath out of my name in Joshua Coast. Woo! Boom! Grab my hand. I said, didn't they tell you I was gonna get you? Oh, look, I reverenced the Bible from that day forward. You gotta worry about me tearing down the page that day.
Hey, that father, he won't even go away. He can keep it up there. I
showed it. They fall out. I put them in a drawer. I remember that.
Amen.
Y'all don't think you're real? Let's start showing y'all you're real. You don't think your parents know what they talking about? You about to start showing y'all they know what they talking about. Mothers and fathers, get close to God. If God don't deal with your children, my name ain't Josh Cole, we all stop serving him. I promise you that. He'll drive that spirit of rebellion about them, just show us you're sitting on his people, I guess, driving about us. My wife, cousin had a son. Oh, was it? 6, 7?
About 8.
8? He was doing something before he went to sleep, being bad. His mama told him, God will get you, boy. So he kept on doing it. He went to sleep. He said he had a dream. This is she can come tell you from my team. He said he had a dream. He walked up to the throne and God said, stick your hand out. and popped him on his hand. When he woke up, he had a red spot on his hand. It was swollen.
So did, mama told it. For real, that happened for real.
But wait a minute, she don't even serve God.
So
All she said is God gonna get you. Y'all better stop playing.
Yep.
The way you looking like. Do you know you? What they understand?
I ain't getting no warning. I was just, God had told me to go somewhere I didn't go. And when I first had moved back, I was staying up down Flower Chapel Road. I was laying and went to sleep on the left seat.